Alright guys, so that's the absolute hardest roll pin I have ever dealt with in my entire life. But I got it. Alright, so here we go. Got the roll pin installed. I'm looking through the holes down here to make sure that my gas release down here is matching up with this hole on top. And it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and slide this rascal in place. Make sure my gas tube fits in there. Get that bad boy in place. I want to make sure this is lined up right in the middle. Once I know it's lined up in the middle, which it is, alright, I'm going to turn this bad boy over and I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on top of my screws, alright, just so they don't shake out from vibration. I like blue Loctite because you can always take it off. If you put any other color on there, you may have some problems. So I'm putting blue Loctite on to keep them in there, but just tighten up to the barrel. Get these bad boys locked in so we can move on to, don't want to strip it. A little bit is all you need. Once you get it on there, you can just clean up the excess. But just get these down, cinch down, tighten up so they won't move. You know, that's where your gas is going to be exploding at and all that good stuff. So just tighten up so it doesn't move. Doesn't have to be too tight, because the Loctite is going to pretty much hold it in place. So we'll wipe this off utilizing my blanket here. Flip this back over and we're good to go on that side. Alright. Next thing's next. We're going to go ahead and fit our free floating tube. Alright, pretty simple, right? Up to this part. These two things were the hardest parts to deal with. Now we're just about done with them. Okay? Move my phone out the way. I'm going to go ahead and set my free floating tube on top of here. Get that lined up with my holes. Come on now. Get the holes lined up the way they're supposed to be by pushing on. It's actually a pretty good tight fit. Now this bad boy want to act funky on me. See if I can just tap it down with the plastic. Alright. Alright, once you got all those holes lined up, good to go. Only thing I don't like about this free float tube, is if you look at right here, has a lot of play space right there. Okay? It's about the only thing I don't like about it. Other than that, it's pretty decent. Okay? What we're going to do now is go ahead and put some Loctite down on these screws right here. Actually, I'm not going to Loctite them because I need to put my rail on the bottom of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in place just for now so I can play with it a little bit. Not too tight. My 3 screws. Alright, once those bad boys are locked, it's a pretty strong fit. Good to go in that department. Okay, next thing we're going to do is rip off our thread protector here. Pull that right up off of there, and it's oiled down pretty good. I'm not going to put any Loctite on this yet, but what I suggest is you put Loctite on it once you get ready to do the final installation. That way your threads keep this bad boy on here. Okay. Put your lock washer on here. Crush washer, I'm sorry. Spin this bad boy on. Spin it all the way. Alright, once you got your crush washer on here, you see how your portholes are not facing the right way. What I use is my screwdriver. I stick it all the way through, and I just turn this bad boy until I get it locked into place. Okay. Once I get this bad boy locked to where it needs to be, it'll be looking like this right here. Okay. Then I will pick up my bolts and my another thing. My bolt hasn't come here yet, but I have another bolt that I'm gonna play with this one. But once my bolt get here, I got my bolt from Surplus Arms and Ammo, and that bolt cost me $94. Shipped was a couple more dollars, but $94, you cannot beat it for a bolt that has some pretty good reviews on it. And we'll see once it gets here. But stick this in here, your charging handle, lock it in place with your bolt. Then you get your old trusty dusty lower, and you put these two together. I always suggest putting the front pin in first, just to line it up. Once you got that lined up, your rear should just fit in. Snap that into place. Okay, then you have a complete AR build minus these little knuckleheads here. So let me go ahead and run through putting these bad boys on. Okay, and again, you can do these from outside the model, so you don't need the AR taken apart for you to be able to do this part. Once I get these open, okay, of course you have your forward assist lever with the forward assist spring, forward assist here, and you have another roll pin that you have to put in, which I'm starting to hate these roll pins because they're pretty ridiculous. But that's all you need for the forward assist button. Okay, basically the forward assist button goes in with the spring attached to it. Okay, once you get it down, you gotta look at which part takes the roll pin, which is here, has a little hump on it. Okay, as you can see, let's show you a little bit closer. Has that hump right here. Okay, you put that in face down because that's where the roll pin is going to attach to it. So you put that in face down and press it all the way in and get your roll pin going. Okay, roll pin hole is at the top and the bottom. You actually can start the roll pin first. Okay, kind of get it going. Punch that into place, get it going, and then that's a done deal. Now for this one, it comes with a long rod, the faceplate, and the spring. Okay, basically what you do is you got to put the rod in first to get it started, and then get your faceplate on there also. Okay, once you get your faceplate on there, then you can bring your spring in. Okay, basically your spring is going to lock up against the back so that the spring shoots. Basically got to put the small side down and this big side upward. Okay, where it's going to spin itself. Alright, hope I explained that correctly. It's basically all you got to do is look at any other AR to look how your spring fits onto here. Once this rod pushes through, and you got to make sure you push it through correctly because you have where a recess pin or adapter is going to slide on top of here. So this recessed part right here that you can see hopefully on camera, it's a little bitty hook piece. A little hook is going to fit on that right behind here. Okay? And then you will have a complete build, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that wasn't too boring for you. I hope I show people how to do it. This is the fast way. Take your time, do it right, or either get a professional to do it so that your gun will shoot correctly. Make sure you torque this thing down to 40 torque pounds, or between 30 and 40 torque pounds. Do it right, because you don't want your gun to tear apart on you while you're shooting. I definitely don't. And once you finish with your gun, you got it the way you want to, go ahead and put your attachments on it. Once you get your attachments on it, you're going to have the gun that you always wanted. And you can see this one has that nice feel for me, which is what I want. And I'll put that little hand guard right here behind my pinky, so when I pull the gun into me, that's how I'm shooting. And that's exactly how I wanted it. Guys, have a great one. You know I love you. Always remember to win that fight. And I'll show you shooting with this one once I get it all jammed up and all that good stuff. Alright, y'all have a great one. Steve, I'm out. EPSTA.com.